Welcome to Face to Face, and today we're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about activism, New York City. I'm with Gabriella, and how are you doing?
I'm doing well, David. How are you?
Good, good, good. So first, I would like to thank you for coming on the previous show. We saw you playing music, and that's what you do. That's your life, more or less. And you do it so well. You find ways always to combine issues and activism and music, and I don't know how do you do it, but it's fantastic.
Well, thank you so much, and it's good to be here. Yeah.
So how do you, what is the story with music? How did you come about playing music and taking stand for people?
It really came out of, I started writing songs when I was about 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
I started playing the guitar when I was about 14. And then I didn't have a distinction. I'm writing songs about activism. I just said what I wanted to say. So it came out of really wanting to have a place to put my voice. And then I said what I said, which was later identified as activism.
But you take stand. I mean, I saw you in many places. I'd say you in many fronts. I say you, and your music, you use your music to express that. So it's not just the art as we're going to do something beautiful or we're going to do something, but it's also we're going to say what we have to say and we're going to stand for what we believe in it. So it's very special.
Thank you. You know, in 2000, I was writing love songs and songs about, I don't know, the nature, and then 9/11 happened. And everybody had their opinion about it. And it was funny because I just finished reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. So the one done by Alex Haley, his autobiography of Malcolm X. And I was so inspired by that book. And the very same day, the day after I finished that book, 9/11 happened.
Wow.
And I had a friend of mine who was in Jordan at the time, and he was also visiting Palestine at the time, and he was reporting back on what was going on. And so I started to take a look at the parallels between what was going on around the world, what was going on inside of our own systems, and what happened in 9/11. And I started to take a look at things that are covered up or things that are not spoken about. And I really felt it was time to say something. And so I wrote a song called Get the Out of Palestine. And it really expressed the anger that a lot of Palestinians felt at that time. And it was welcomed after 9/11 because there was so much racial profiling of people who were brown skin. Who people thought they were Arabs, or even of the Arab community, of the Sikh community, the Indian community.
It was very complicated.
Yeah. So for me, music is one way to say what there is to say, because inside of a melody, it will stay on someone's mind. And so, when I saw how people responded to that song, I started to take a look at other things that I could say about a great many things, about what was going on inside of our police system, what's happening inside of our education system. And I started to take a look at what's not being said in the media. Where are we not being represented? But I see music as one way. It's not the only way.
No, but I don't know, you King had a very clear mention. He said during the Civil Rights movement, he said, music can help us to go to places where the text or the speech will not go. And it was a big part of the movement, was the music who was helping people to carry on and to keep the fight. So it's very important. I think we are underplaying the. So anyway, so you have a group or Maina movement.
I do. Well, I'm in a group called Mahina Movement, and I've been a part of it since the year 2000, actually.
Yeah.
It was all of us who performed after 9/11 with Faimwana Numetolu and currently Lorena Ambrosio, who's a new member of the group. And Mwana actually started the group coming out of NYU. She didn't see a lot of places where women of color could be represented, so she brought women together for us to have our own voice. And we do spoken word, and we do music, and we do poetry and storytelling and painting and workshops. And we've been performing all over the United States and internationally now for the past 15, 16 years.
You're a big star. You travel, you go places.
Yeah. Well, we were in Ireland not too long ago, you know, over actually, no, it was about in 2011, I believe it was. And, you know, but we travel all over the United States and do different conferences, and we have something coming up at the United Nations on February 26th, where we're going to be working with young women and empowering them, and some of them will be talking about their stories around sex trafficking.
Okay.
We're also dealing with, you know, people who have their own stories around immigration. And then we have another show coming up for Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen. On March 5th. Yeah. And so we're so happy to be a part of that. They've been around for about 9 years now. The theme this year is Unstoppable Love. And it's a forum for female hip hop artists to really have their voice. So it's an honor for us to be a part of it, because hip hop is something that we do a little bit of, we bring to the table, but so it's nice to be welcomed in that
It's a festival, or it's a show? Or what?
It's a yearly festival. It happens once a year in the Bronx. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And so we have to go there.
Absolutely. Hostos College on March 5th.
Okay.
During the daytime, look up Mama's Hip Hop Festival on Facebook. You can find it there.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, you said something I want to talk about. You know, music is so important. It's true. But why I think it's important is because if you look at why is music important, why do people like it? Because there's a space inside of music where you get to be freer and play. You actually get to play. It's a safe space to be able to articulate and say something you really mean, you know? And so when I look at what radical transformation looks like, and why I say that music is one way, that if we can access that realm of play with one another, if I could say something true to you, it's going to touch your heart whether I sing it or whether I don't sing it. It just may happen that I may be able to touch your heart easier if I sing it. But if it's true, whether I sing it or whether I say it in a poem or whether I just say, David, I love you, I love what you're doing in the world, it's going to open something up. And so I think that's really important, whether people sing or whether they don't sing, to know that there's a space for them to be able to make a difference inside of this playful freedom way of being. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you are always welcome anytime.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Gabi.
I really appreciate it. Take care. All right.
Yeah. And that was the show for today. It was Gabi. And you can follow your news on presenza.com and subscribe. Thank you very much.